Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Kristen. Today I'm guiding you through a 1-hour full body yin yoga deep stretch. We'll work to open up the tissue through our leg lines, in through our hips, lower back, and along the spine so that we can increase the circulation of blood and fluids through the whole body. And this helps us to feel completely relaxed and more expansive in our energy. So let's get started. We'll bring a foam block or a folded blanket underneath our sits bones, and it's also useful to have a couple of props on hand. So you can work with bolsters or blocks, and if you don't have any of these props, then you can also use a folded pillow or a folded blanket. So let's start by crossing one shin bone in front of the other, and we'll take just a moment to drop in, closing our eyes. Rooting back and down through your sits bones and feeling the leg bones melting towards the earth. Shoulders soften over your hips, feeling a sense of ease through the arm lines. Swallowing a few times to soften through your throat. And feel the space between your eyebrows widen and your scalp relax. And making a shift into the internal space as you move through your practice. Breath expanding up into your chest. And on your exhalation, rooting downward into the earth. Becoming fully present as we make our way mindfully into our first long hold. You can open your eyes again and we'll bring the soles of our feet together to touch. We're coming into butterfly pose. Draw your heels away from the groin so you have a longer diamond shape through your legs. If you do need extra support for your knees, bring some blocks or pillows under your knees. And we're folding forward from here, and I recommend adding support as we fold forward. Remember that you can always take this support away at any time during the hold. So you might add a pillow, a bolster, or some blocks. Let's relax our chin towards our chest and hang the whole body into the pull of gravity. Arms soften and relax. And for the first part of our hold, make sure that your forehead is fully supported so the bones of your body can sink and drop. Taking a moment to scan through your body and relax areas of tension, any muscular holding through the body. As your muscles release and relax, the bones of your body drop a little bit deeper into the pull of gravity. Bringing more space in through your hips, sacrum, and lower back. And noticing that as you drop into stillness, your breath naturally expands, working with your natural breath to inhale and expand breath through the whole back body. Each time you exhale, feeling the bones of your body dropping a little bit deeper towards the earth. And noticing where you're feeling a sense of unwinding through the tissue. Hydrating the tissue layer by layer. From the outermost layers into the deeper tissue layers. And you might notice a natural movement deeper into the posture. You can always take away props from under your forehead or lower the props a little bit. If you notice that you've gone too deep into a posture, then back off a little bit. Again, we're feeling relaxed through the body, open through the breath. Spacious through our minds. Able to fully yield into the posture without any effort. Breathing deeply into the base of the spine. And keep your whole body relaxed as we make a very gentle transition. Breath by breath. Begin to walk your body towards the left thigh, your head hanging towards the left knee. Both palms rest to either side of the knee, and you can always bring your props with you. You can add a pillow or a block to support your head here so that you can fully drop into this posture, opening through the side waist. And from the side waist, relaxing shoulders, neck, and jaw. Your whole head hanging into the earth or supported on your block. And as the body is hanging over to the left, right hip and right knee dropping to the earth. Taking a full breath, inhaling, filling up through the rib cage. On the exhalation, moving very, very slowly, walking your body back to center. Take a breath or two with your head hanging over your heels. Mindfully turning the body to the right. Drawing your head over the right knee. Relaxing your palms to either side of the knee. Whole body dropping to the right. Left hip, left knee hanging to the earth. And checking in with your breath. If your breath feels stilted or short, add more support to your body, propping your forehead. The key here is to find a position where you can become completely still. Feeling into sensation, connecting into breath. And holding space for tension, deeper tension, to shed from the tissues and to shed from your nervous system. Relax a little bit more through each shoulder. And as your head is hanging, can you feel into the base of your skull? Completely relax through the base of the skull. Take a breath here. Moving slowly back to center. And as you come back to center, last few breaths. You can always come out early if it feels too intense. If you feel any pinching or pain through your tissues, listening to your body first. As you're ready, bring your fingertips back by your hip. Keep your whole body hanging into gravity. And we'll start to roll up from the base of the body, rooting back through the sits bones, tailbone connected to the earth, and then let's stack the vertebrae as we lift up. Take your time. As you lift through your heart, pause here with your head floating over your pelvis. Slide your fingertips back behind you, lean back slightly, lift through the back of your heart, looking up. Taking big breaths. Inhaling. Exhale, relax the shoulders back over your hips. And from here, you can take your props off to the side, and we're opening up through the legs into a straddle, coming into Dragonfly pose. And as you open your legs into a straddle, let's take our legs to 60% of our capacity, adding any extra support you might need under your knees. So if your knees are lifting high up off the ground, if your hamstrings are really tight, add some bolsters or rolled blankets or pillows under your knees. And then come right to the edge of your prop, and we're folding forward from here, moving into a deeper release through the inner leg line. I like to start with a lot of props. So often I will make sure that my abdomen and my forehead feels supported. So you can take your props into a T shape and then fold forward from here. Remembering that you can always take these props away. Let's rest the forehead onto our prop. Relax your toes. Let the leg bones drop towards the earth. And as your hips settle into the ground, your spine is rounding forward. Shoulders dropping. Arm lines completely relaxed all the way into your palms and your fingertips, letting go of holding. Finding the expanse of your breath. And notice if your breath can reach all parts of the tissue, moving through the whole body. And you might notice areas of restriction through the tissue. Maybe areas that you feel are stuck. And as you notice those areas, move deeper into a sense of letting go, relaxing the whole body. Allowing that restriction to be there. And finding smooth breath. Holding space for that tissue to start to soften and unwind. Noticing if your breath is able to reach into the upper lobes of your lungs. Can you feel your breath through the kidneys and the upper back? You might notice a fluid sense of movement through the body, feeling the sensations of the tissue starting to shift and to change. Opening yourself to this liquid sensation, as though you were floating in water. Fluids passing through the tissue. Let's bring our fingertips under our shoulders, and we're rolling the body halfway up. So we're coming halfway up and then walking our hands towards the left to either side of the left thigh. And we're folding forward from here. You can always slide your props all the way over to the inner leg line. And as you fold forward from here, start by hanging your body more towards the inner leg line. And if you start to open up through the tissue as we hold here for a few minutes, you might travel your head a little bit more over the knee. Feeling the left leg drop into the earth. your awareness moving into the back of the left leg, into the roots of the body, and perhaps feeling an anchoring sensation through the opposite hip, through the right hip. If you'd like to move a little deeper into the side body, simply take your right arm and drape it across the left leg, adding a little bit more stretch to the side body. Finding stillness. Your breath sustaining you in this posture. Letting go of effort, of holding. Your body transforming from hardened earth into the fluid nature of water. Let's make a slow movement from here. Relax both hands. Slowly draw your body towards center. And you can bring your props along with you. Take one breath as you move back into center. And then slowly move over towards the right. Draping your arms to either side of the leg. Take a breath and let the body hang towards the inner leg line on the right side. And again, if you're feeling a bit more open, you can always draw your head more over the right knee. Notice where you might be bracing in your body. Trusting the pull of gravity. And can you notice now your exhalations, completing the fullness of the out breath? And if you'd like to move into the side body, take your left arm and drape it across the right leg without any pulling. 4 more breaths. Taking your time to return back to center. Slide your props away. Let the whole body hang. And then slowly roll up. Again, take your time. Walking your palms back. And this time as you come up, just pause, close your eyes for a moment. And then open your eyes, wiggle your toes. Let's bring a little bit of movement back to our body. Lean back and start to slowly shake out your legs. Bring your legs in towards each other. Getting a little bit of movement back to your legs. And then we're moving deeper into the tissue of our hips, and we'll start on the left side. Let's shift over to the left hip. 2 90-degree angles through our legs. Lift your left hip up and over slightly so that you can feel the tissue band around your left hip. As we fold forward from here, you can either fold the abdomen over your thigh, let your head hang, adding some support for your forehead. If you'd like even more support, if that compression feels too deep, add a blanket or a pillow or even a bolster on top of your thigh, and then fold forward from there. So I'll come into this position, taking a few breaths to settle in. Again, you shouldn't feel any pinching through the hip. Instead, you'll feel more of a sense of compression, perhaps a little bit of discomfort or tension. The weight of your body dropping down into the left hip. And as we hold here for time, layer by layer, moving deeper, and if you feel the need to shift and adjust your posture, you can always bring your body a little bit more over towards the left knee if you're feeling too much pressure. So body moving towards the left to ease off pressure. And if you're feeling that, you can go a little bit deeper. Body slightly shifts towards the right, over towards the shin bone. Deepening the sensation. And can you find a place inside of yourself that's still and quiet? And it's this part of yourself that meets the sensations that are arising. Holding space. And developing your ability to listen deeply to yourself, to the wisdom of your body. And you can deepen further by sliding all props away, dropping your head into the earth. Three complete breaths. Rolling all the way up. Take a few breaths as you lift up. Walking your fingertips behind your hips, lean back slightly, and we'll bring our back leg forward, both feet to the floor, rocking your knees from side to side. And take a few moments here, massage each hip. And as we release that compression from our hip, all the fluids of the body start to rush back to that tissue. So we're just giving space for that fluid movement. And then we'll move into the opposite side. So as you come into your right hip, you might find that the sensations through the right side of the body are completely different than the ones through the left. So just be mindful of that. Let's lift the right hip up and over, feeling the tissue band. You can always adjust your back knee towards the heel if you feel too much pressure through the lower back. And then let's fold forward here with any supporting props that you might need. You might need a bit more height underneath your forehead. Coming into a place where there's not too much tension, but where you can fully meet what's arising with a steady and still breath. Making adjustments through your body, softening muscle, tissue, and bone. Noticing your shoulders. So often we're unconsciously holding tension or bracing through the shoulders, neck, and jaw. Engaging with your breath. And noticing any holding in your breath. So there's also holding patterns in our breath. Areas of the in-breath and the out-breath that might feel stuck. The breath moves us into an awareness of the more subtle aspects of the physical body, the movement of prana or life force energy through the tissue. And as we deepen into the tissue, we'll begin to sense into the areas of the energetic body that are also feeling stuck. Opening the tissue to the flow of prana. And it's this flow of prana that brings life and balance to the body and all the systems of the body, but also to our mind, helping our mind to clear out, expand, and brighten. Finding a moment to deepen into the posture or perhaps to add more support. Expanding your breath through the whole body breathing. Taking time to roll up. You can always stay for a few more breaths. And again, as you come up, sliding your fingertips behind you. Back leg forward. And rocking knees from side to side. And noticing how your body feels. Now we're coming onto the stomach, moving into back bend, and we'll come into Sphinx pose. So you can roll over your shin bones, lower down through the forearms, slide onto your belly. And as you come into Sphinx pose, if you'd like some more support here, take a bolster, a smaller bolster or a bigger one, and you can bring that underneath your rib cage. You want to have your elbows in front of the bolster and just see how this feels. You can also work in Sphinx pose without this extra prop. You can just take away the prop and lower down through the abdomen. Relaxing the heart between the shoulders. If you'd like to support your head, bend at your elbows and rest your forehead in your palms. Feeling your spine hanging into the earth, pelvis fully relaxed. If you're feeling that there's too much compression through your lower back, if you're feeling any pain or discomfort. Walk your palms further forward or come out all together, resting your forehead onto your stacked palms and breathing into your lower back. The most powerful medicine we can give ourselves is to bring our conscious awareness to our body. So even if a posture feels too much and we have to come out early, just by bringing your awareness to that part of your body and breathing is powerful. And when you bring more breath and awareness to your practice, you'll find that you need to do less to achieve the same results. Working with any natural sense of deepening into the posture. You can always bend your knees, pointing your toes to the sky. But can you stay relaxed? Breath expanding into your chest. Last few breaths here. Relaxing your feet back to the floor. Widen your elbows open, stack your palms, and place your forehead on top of your palms. Let your heels drop away from each other. Breathing deeply into the back body. Let's slide our left knee along the floor towards our armpit, just like a frog leg. Relaxing your lower back. If you'd like to deepen, slide your left elbow over towards the left knee so that you're creating a C shape through your spine. Some compression through the left side body and more stretch through the right side body. This might feel too intense for your back. If so, keep the body or the spine at a neutral position. Whole body dropping into the earth. Slowly returning back to center. Sliding your right knee along the floor towards your armpit. Relaxing your lower back. And perhaps curving the spine, elbow to knee. And let's draw the body back through center. And from here, we'll thread the right arm underneath the left and flip onto our back. Bringing the knees to our chest. Bringing your palms to your shin bones, gently hug the knees down towards the heart and relax the shoulders back. Take a big breath. Exhale, round your spine. As you're rounding your spine, bring your forehead to your knees and your palms to your heels. Hug your heels towards the heart. Take a big breath. Exhale, relax back. And as you settle back onto the ground, take your feet back to the ground for a moment and take a hold of one of your props. It can be a bolster or even a blanket. And we're sliding that prop underneath our sacrum, supporting our hips and pelvis. We're coming into a supported happy baby posture. We'll bring our knees towards the armpits, knees hanging open towards the earth. Thigh bones relaxed. And you can stay here. This is a good modification for happy baby pose. If you'd like to deepen, flex your feet. Send the soles of your feet to the sky. Ankles stacked on top of knees. And just for a moment, bring your palms to the outer knees. Feeling the bones of the pelvis, hips, hanging into the prop. No effort here. So you can even relax the flex through your feet. And then as you're ready, slide your palms through the outer leg lines, resting your palms anywhere along the outer leg lines. Shoulders rolling open and dropping down, adjusting your chin an inch below your forehead. So we don't want to flatten our neck towards the ground. We also don't want to lift the chin way up and have an unnatural curve through the neck. You want to have a natural arc through the neck so that we're not creating any tension through the upper shoulders, neck, and jaw. And just concentrating on the tissue around each hip. Deep belly breathing here. Breath widens through the lower abdomen and into the pelvic bowl. Sensing and feeling into the hips, inner groin, inner leg line. And with our hips slightly raised above the heart, we're shifting fluids towards the heart and helping the movement of prana from the base of the spine upward towards the brain. Closing your eyes here, softening between the eyebrows. Feeling as though you're floating in water. If it becomes too much for your arms, relax your arms. Slide your palms a little lower down. You can even rest your palms to the backs of your knees. Back of your heart heavy to the earth. And your breath expanding into your chest. And softly floating your heels down towards your hips and drawing your knees back in towards each other. Nice and slowly, setting your feet back to the ground. Sliding your prop off to one side and lowering down onto the earth. Let's take a breath and rock our knees a little from side to side, creating some movement and release through our hips. And then both knees float towards the heart. And we'll take our knees over towards the left side of the body, stacking one knee on top of the other. And it's nice to take some props between your thighs first before you draw the knees over to the left. And that brings more support for the lower back. You can take that away at any time. Open up across the right arm, wrap the right shoulder underneath you. Starting with your neck at a neutral position. As the body softens and melts, you might drop your head over towards the right, but be very mindful of your neck. So we don't want to overstretch through our neck. You might only take a few breaths here. Your heart fully open towards the sky. Fluid flooding the organs of the body. If you've turned your head to the right, now's a good time to bring your head back to center, resting at the base of your skull. And for your last few breaths, if you'd like, you can slide your right palm along the floor, a little closer to your ear, without creating too much tension, just a little bit of pull through the arm line and down through your pinky finger, your fingertips pointing towards the back wall. Deeper breath now, inhaling through the whole left side of the body. Big full breaths in and out. And we'll help both knees back towards the sky, taking your time. Navel center hugging back, both knees hugging to the chest. You can keep your prop between the thighs and then drop both knees now to the right. Shifting slightly to the right and then opening the whole body, the whole upper body to the left. Maybe turning your gaze over towards the left. Breathing into the side of your neck. Returning your head back to center. Noticing your left shoulder, relax through the left shoulder, and if it feels appropriate for your body, slide your left arm towards the armpit, giving lots of space for the shoulder joint, fingertips pointing to the back wall. All you need to do is find a little bit of pull through side body, armpit, down through the arm line to your pinky finger. Big breath, in and out through the side body. Relaxing your left arm, and let's take the prop away from between the thighs. And you can either set it off to the side or slide it a little lower down so that you have some support for Shavasana. We're floating onto our back, one knee lifting up and then the other, both knees to your chest, taking a breath. And then we're stretching out on the ground. You can add blankets over your body, bolsters under your knees. Adjust so that each shoulder is wrapped underneath you. Your palms widen to the sky and slide away from your body. So you're withdrawing your sense of touch from your body. Relax your glutes. Let the thigh bones drop. Your toes relax, closing your eyes. Spending a few moments here in this deeply integrative posture of Shavasana. Feeling the circulation of fluids and the movement of prana through your whole body. And when you're ready to move out of Shavasana, a beautiful way to finish your yin yoga practice is with some meditation. So the whole body now is prepared to relax into meditation. You can always explore some practices through my channel. And I'd love to hear any questions or comments from you about this practice, anything that you're needing for your practice. Please remember to like the video and subscribe to my channel to support free yoga on the internet. Until next time, namaste.